How's it going, boys? It's your boy, Sam. I don't know what that intro was, but today we got a bit of a different kind of video. And before I get into it, I'm at a bit of a different place than I am right now. It's because I record these ahead, because it takes them ages to upload. It doesn't take that long to edit usually, but yeah, this is probably like part 35, if I had to guess. So we got a new character and kind of some spoilers. Like if I turn around here, we've got this guy to deal with. So yeah, I'm recording this in a bit of a weird time, but let's ignore that for now. I'm not going to be like doing any gameplay here. I just wanted to record like this because I thought it would be easier. So anyway, today I'm going to be talking about bugs. No, but seriously, in one of the other videos, actually no, I don't think that video is out yet. So yeah, it's going to be pretty weird now that I think about it. But I mentioned, or actually, I should just not even bother mentioning that, like, because the video is not even out yet. But there's this book that comes with Ys Monstrum if you get the limited edition, which I did. And the thing is, I don't know if they usually do this for Ys games, because last time when Ys 8 came out, I didn't understand like any Japanese, so I played the English version obviously, and there wasn't like a book or anything with that. I don't even think there was a limited edition, so there's a pretty high chance that it might like never get translated. So I wanted to make this video. Jesus Christ, this intro is getting long. I'm talking about the plot of the book. It's not really anything super interesting. Basically, it's a prequel to this, and when I heard that, I thought it was going to be about the Knights, the Grimworld Knights, as well as the Monstrum Apridis, whatever her name is in English, and stuff like that, but it's not. It's just about Adol and Dogi going on an adventure. Then, as they're, like, going between cities, they hear, like monsters. I think it's like monster growls or something, and then they find this girl being attacked by like 8 wolves. Adol saves her from the wolves, and then she gets really angry at him because it turns out that she wasn't getting attacked. She was doing an experiment because she's a blacksmith, and she was testing the durability of her armor. And then you find out that she's actually got some she's dealing with some problems. She's in a rut or something like that, and she needed to like come up with some new inspiration, so that's why she went to such lengths. Anyway, she ends up tagging along with Adol because she falls in love with his sword, which is actually the sword that he uses at the end of Ys 7. It's actually an optional weapon. At least I imagine it's the same one. Like, as soon as I figured out what they were talking about, I was like, oh my god, that's cool. Because in Ys 7, the best weapon in the game for Adol was this sword that had all 3 elements to it. So like smash, pierce, and blade. And like the way they were describing it, I was like, what does this even mean? And I'm like, oh, it's the sword from Ys 7, and it's like basically like a legendary class weapon, and he like still keeps it with him after the adventure. Anyway, Cecilica comes with them, and she says she's gonna accompany them until Adol gives her this sword, because she wants to like study it, because she's a blacksmith and she's like dreaming of making something like this. And then you find out that the reason for her doing this is because her father was a blacksmith too, and like he taught her everything she knew. And then he went on a journey and hasn't come home. So she knows, I think she has like a really like good hunch that he's alive. I don't think there's, oh no, there is proof. Like she says she sees his like merch, or like the stuff he makes. I said merch, like his YouTuber blacksmith merch, no. She sees his like products being sold for really high prices in shops, like new stuff, so she knows that he's still out there doing stuff. But she thinks that the reason she can't find him is because he's like intentionally hiding himself from her until he like acknowledges her. So that's why she keeps like trying to improve as a blacksmith, and then she makes like Adol finds this out because she gets drunk and like spills the beans, and then Adol's like, okay, I'll help you, like what do you need me to do? I'll help you find him. And she's like, I don't need you to help me find him, I need you to help me get better as a blacksmith. So then they start doing these experiments where like Adol tests out her equipment for her, tells her like what could be better, what's like kind of holding him back in combat and stuff. And then after about a month of this, it doesn't like, the book's only like 100 pages, and the pages are pretty short, and also the text is pretty big, so it's pretty easy to read. But yeah, they obviously, like, the whole it going on for a month thing, they don't like tell you everything. They just like kind of go over the first experiment and then say it's been happening for a month, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so after that they split up. Like, she decides that she can't she thinks that like, she lies and says that she's got like everything she needs out of the experiments, but really she just doesn't want to hold Adol back, because like, she knows that she's not really giving anything back to him and Dogi, and like, or especially Adol is like really helping her out, so it's like a guilt thing. Anyway, after they split up, she gets captured by bandits who think she's a noble. Oh yeah, this is another funny thing. Like, the first experiment they did, they killed these giant bears, and then with the stuff, like, they harvested all the stuff from the bears, because like, some of it's good for food, some of it's good for like medicine, I think they said, and then also the fur is like really high quality. And then she makes a jacket out of this fur, and that's like a really high quality thing. So then the bandits think they're just gonna like rob her of her money and stuff, but then they think that she's a noble because of this. She's wearing this high quality like bear skin. So then they capture her and try to like use her as a hostage, but then. And like, she knows that that's not going to work because she's not really a noble, and also the place where she lives is like on the other side of the world because she's like traveling. So she's like really scared and stuff. And then like, Adol Dogi obviously come to save her. Dogi busts down a wall in true fashion, and then Adol's like fighting the bandits. Also, the way it describes Adol's sword style is like really cool. It's like he just seems like the most badass character in this book, seriously. He's like so insanely good with his sword. Like, the way it describes him is just super cool. And also, he's fighting like hundreds of these bandits and managing to like not kill them. Like, he's putting them out of commission but not killing them. And it's describing it from Cecilica's perspective. And like, to her, she just never seen anything like that, because when she was having him do the experiments, he was using her equipment. But then when he's using his own sword, like that insane sword, it like matches super well with him and makes him like a total force to be reckoned with, basically. Anyway, after that, she like thinks of a plan to like save him, because even though he'd like destroy them normally, there's like hundreds of them, and she doesn't think that his and Dogi's stamina will wear out or will like last that whole fight. So she causes a landslide and tells them to like get out. So like, she does, and as they're like escaping, this giant bird comes that's like, the way that they described it was like, with one flap of its wings, it could like go above cloud level. And then also with its wings, it could, I think the word they used was hug. Like, it could embrace a cow with its wings outspread. Like, that's how big it was, to just give an example. And yeah, this thing appears, and it like kills a bunch of the bandits. Obviously, it doesn't get Adol and Dogi, but then it like sees her up on the cliff and grabs her and starts running away, or not running away, like flying away. So Adol's chasing this thing, like trying to help her, and he does something like really goddamn cool. It's like the bird's about to escape. She thinks she's gonna die. She knows she's gonna die because like there's no hope. Adol's not gonna catch up to a bird. It's like almost completely out of range for Adol now. But then Adol like stops running, okay, and I thought, oh, okay, he's going to use his super attack. But no. Oh, he does something that I found way cooler than just using a special, like a super attack. Because I thought in Year 7, his extra skill was kind of like a projectile. It's not in this game, but it kind of was in Year 7. So I thought he was going to use that. But then I thought, wait a minute, like the dragon energy from Altago kind of like went away, so maybe canonically he can't actually use that anymore, even though he does in like the other Ys games, even when there's not any like strange power involved. Like in this game, he's got monstrum powers, but when you just play as regular Adol who's level 10, he doesn't have any arts. It's the same at the start of the game too. So yeah, I mean, it's not really like a plot hole, but just kind of Ys logic, I guess. But for this, I guess they're going with the whole he can't use like special moves and stuff because dragon energy's gone now. So instead of that, he throws his sword, his like prized possession, at this bird, and it gets lodged in its wing, and it's not enough to like kill it, but the bird like drops the silica, and then he catches her. The word they used was it's one word in Japanese, but if I had to describe it, it would be like when you hold a bride. Like, can you kind of imagine that? Like when, like, I don't know. So anyway, he bride holds her, or whatever, and like hides from this bird, and then the bird like gives up and flies away. And then that's pretty much the end of it. After that, they like decide to split up again. This time she doesn't get kidnapped by bandits, although I guess that it totally could happen. It's just the book ends before it could. But one other thing, like the reason it didn't just like kill her and it like tried to escape with her was because apparently these birds, their prey is the same bears they killed earlier, and she was wearing that jacket that was made out of the bear's hide or the bear's skin. So, or fur, I guess. So it mistook her for a bear that it usually eats. So it was like taking it back to its nest to like eat her, I guess. And then she just like stands up and is like, what the hell, this damn jacket? Did I make a cut? Oh yeah, because she made it too. I don't know if I mentioned that. She's like, did I accidentally make a cursed bit of equipment without noticing? Or something. It was pretty funny. I think that's like everything. Like, it doesn't really conclude. I thought it was going to conclude with her finding her father or something, but it doesn't. I guess maybe they could continue it if they wanted to. Like, it would be cool if she showed up, even if like not as a main character, because obviously she wouldn't be a party member because she can't fight. But it'd be cool if Cecilica was like an NPC, and then like in one of the other Ys games, and then it could kind of be like a really cool callback or something. I'd like to see that personally. But yeah, so that about ends it for this book review. Not really a review, but whatever. I kind of hope it gets translated just so other people can read it, because I found it pretty interesting. So, but obviously it's like the limited edition stuff, so maybe it won't happen, who knows. Anyway, that's it for this video. It went on a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be like 5 minutes, because honestly it's pretty short, this book, but whatever. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.